I'm Matt Shoemaker. Welcome to Tech Forum. Welcome back, guys. Today's discussion, there's more to comfort than a cushy seat. This comes from a couple of comments that were made both on my videos and just from people that I know in my life about how they find the car to ride a little bit stiff and the seats are a little bit more firm than they'd like in a luxury car. So right now I'm working on a comparison video between this car and my Honda Civic Si. I'll be looking for that video probably within a week or so. Anyway, it got me thinking, when I sit in both of those cars, the feel of the seat is vaguely similar. The Si has more shoulder or more bolstering and more support because it's a sports seat. It's designed for hard cornering. These seats have modest bolstering, but they have a similar amount of padding, and the stiffness level is roughly similar sitting in each one. However, the Honda has a tendency of fatiguing me if I drive it for a while, and this car doesn't. And yet even the suspension feels a little bit similar between the two cars as well. So it got me thinking, and I wanted to pass on to you guys my observation that EVs in general, but Teslas in particular, with autopilot and some of the other convenience features, are extremely comfortable, not so much in the pillow soft seats or you know, super plush suspension or anything like that. When you drive a Tesla, it does not feel like you're riding on a cloud by any stretch. However, they are very comfortable, and that comfort, though, a large portion of it comes from the driver's aids, you know, the autopilot. You can go ahead and turn on autopilot and it takes your stress level off. So I can't get used to looking around. I still find myself focused on the road, but the difference is when you're driving a car fully manually, you're fixated on, you know, it's hypnotic. You're staring out the windshield. Whereas with autopilot and any level of driver's aid, even just cruise control, it does take some of your concentration and dampens it a bit, and allows the drive to be more comfortable or more pleasant. But autopilot really takes it to another level. And on top of that, the noise pollution issue. And I love a roaring engine as much as anybody, but when you're driving for long periods, or not necessarily long individual periods, but if you're in your car a lot during the day, there's quite a bit of that, the noise and road noise, engine noise, wind noise, all of that comes into play. And EVs being quiet eliminate a lot of that, and Teslas are just the way they drive. I've been in other electric cars and they're smooth and quiet also, but there's something about the way a Tesla drives that is very comfortable and relaxing. So again, autopilot, just the smoothness, there's, you know, the lack of engine noise, all of those things really make the car extremely comfortable. And if I take my Honda out for a 45-minute blast around some twisty roads, it's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm glad I own that car, but I show up at home feeling a little bit road weary. With this car, it's faster, corners just as good as the Honda, even though it's 1,000 pounds heavier, corners just as well, and yet I can drive it through the same roads, flog it through corners the same way, and show up at home feeling relaxed. So, you know, again, I got to thinking about it, and I have to say that, again, going back to the title of the video, there is more to comfort than just a cushy seat. So just my thought and ramblings for the day. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I've noticed this with gasoline cars too. It's not just EVs. Some cars, even though they're not any more plush, they feel more comfortable on the long haul. My wife's Fusion. She's got a 2014 all-wheel drive Fusion, and that is a great car. It is wonderful, wonderful on road trips, but it's really not plush. In fact, there's certain aspects of its ride that are non-compliant. So, but there's something about it. It's smooth, it's nice. This car, though, takes it to a whole nother level. This car has stiffer suspension, stiffer seats, but is far more comfortable than her Ford Fusion is. And again, a lot of that goes back to the smooth drivetrain. Acceleration on an electric car is just buttery smooth. It just pushes you with this constant, endless wave of thrust. There's no shifting. It's smooth. And so there's another part to this whole discussion of comfort, and that is visual distraction. I got a couple of comments about my small tablet that I have mounted beneath the main screen and how it could be a distraction. That's almost never turned on. When it is, it's because I'm parked searching for emails or whatever. But generally speaking, this car, the fact that it's missing the gauge binnacle up front, really reduces how much visual distraction there is. So there's a serenity to the Model 3 that doesn't exist in any other car on the market at all, including the Model S. The Model S still has a gauge binnacle in front of you. And I have to say, as a sidebar, I actually prefer a gauge binnacle. And I mentioned my little Civic Si. That's one of the things I love about it, is the dashboard is very styled, but not over-styled. And so I do miss a gauge binnacle. But there's a serenity to having this plain, what people consider ugly dashboard, that is, I'm starting to understand why Tesla has designed this car the way they have. It's not just for simplicity and ease of manufacture. There's a serenity to the overall layout. And when you turn on autopilot, it reduces your gaze out the window. That's so hypnotic. But also it means that though you need to pay attention, you're not hard fixated on that, and so you're not necessarily wanting to know what's going on, as far as what the information you'd have in a gauge binnacle in front of you. There's a serenity to this interior in this car that I didn't think I would like. Honestly, I thought I'm buying the car for its EV range and its efficiency, and okay, it's a quick car, and that's cool too, but I thought I hate the dash, I hate the interior, it's too basic. It's not basic as much as it is non-distracting, and I'm really starting to get the hint of this car, which is that Tesla was designing the Model 3 to be relaxing and enjoyable. This is part of why somebody that wants a hard-edge sports car, really this car isn't for them. Even if they buy the performance version, it may be quick, but there's a serenity to the car, quick though it is, that lends itself to just thorough enjoyment of the driving experience, not an adrenaline pumping, I need a bunch of hard angles and a bunch of displays and that to turn me on while I'm driving. So again, more thoughts. Hey guys, another quick commentary. I think I understand Tesla's point to this car. This came to mind as I was shooting my There's More to Comfort Than a Cushy Seat video. And I believe that the design language of this interior has been specifically crafted by Tesla, not so much to be easy to manufacture or inexpensive to manufacture or whatever. It's designed to minimize driving fatigue. It's designed to increase the serenity of the drive, and it's actually, when you drive an EV, the experience of the way the propulsion system works, the way it accelerates, the way they cruise, the smoothness, the quietness, all of that's present in an EV really lends itself to an interior that's also more serene and more mellow and less hard-edged and distracting. So, and I thought about this a bit when I was seeing pictures of the Tesla Semi that has essentially two Model 3 screens, one on the right and one on the left side of the wheel. Very plain dash, very basic, minimalistic interior or cockpit design. And driving a Model 3, when you see them, you look inside and you go, well, what's up with the ugly dash? And I agree, the dashboard is not a thing of beauty in my eyes. But when you start to drive it, the way the car behaves, now, not the performance is very high in this car. So the performance would lend itself to maybe some more hard edge look, but the smoothness of the acceleration and the pleasant nature of the lack of drive system sound and all of that, and lack of exhaust note, really lends itself to this serene feeling that you also get with the modest plain dash, the relatively basic door panels, and more simplistic interior. So I really believe that Tesla is onto something here, because this car, though it's high performance, it's relaxing to drive. And I believe that there are many side effects to this. I'm not a sociologist or a psychologist or anything, but I really truly believe that things like road rage and different things can be not caused by, but maybe even exaggerated by emotional stimulus, if you want to call it that. And no matter what that is, it could be, you know, for some people, I know for me, if I'm cranking heavy metal music, which I am from that era, it's nostalgic to me, but it does get me kind of pumped a little bit and makes me more aggressive. And I know Mythbusters and other people have studied this, and there's some truth there. But I also believe that just that a loud engine and a visually aggressive dashboard and all of that can lend itself to making you drive more aggressively. Whereas with an EV, it tends to encourage the more serene or more laid back or mellow side of who you are as a human being. And I believe it can affect your behavior, your manner of driving. So there's something about this car that is, I don't want to say innately mature. I'll get attacked in the comments for that. But there's something about it that is again, very serene and calming, and I would say non-stimulating. Now, you'll probably get people that'll say, right, Teslas are non-stimulating, they're boring. And that's not what I'm saying at all. I find this car to be anything but boring. I mean, it's fast. I love the look of it. It handles great. The technology is awesome. But when you're driving it, it is automatically relaxing, and it is automatically soothing as you drive it. So not to the point of making you groggy or anything. It's just it touches a part of you that is different than how other cars affect you. And so again, just some more thoughts and ramblings, but I think Tesla's onto something with this design language coupled with an electric drivetrain that really dovetail well together. It's like certain beverages go with certain foods. I think that this design language of the interior of the car lends itself very well to the electric drivetrain. So feel free to click the subscribe button below, give me a thumbs up, give me suggestions on what you would like. If you want to see more technical content, I'll do my best. I'm currently editing a couple technical videos. If you want more content regarding events or whatnot, I've got car shows and EV gatherings and that I'm planning on attending, and probably within the next month or so you'll see a few videos on that. Just, you know, let me know what you would like to see more of on this channel. The more comments I get from you guys, the more of a direction that I have that I can go to provide you guys with content that's either informing or more entertaining. So with that, I'll let you guys go. Have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.